Oh, hello, popular astronomers. It's Thursday night. It is Pop Astro Live. I'm going to play the theme music. Well, actually, the theme music that I played came with the software. Perhaps it's time I wrote my own Pop Astro theme tune. I'm going to play that. And in the meanwhile, please start sharing because it helps with our algorithms. That was supposed to be a rhythm. I'm not a human beatbox. What is a girl to do when 3/4 of her guests bail on her minutes before going on air? So the show order might vary somewhat tonight. We should have had Sonia and Eleni. Actually, Sonia did make her excuses a couple of nights ago. Eleni messaged to say that she couldn't make it this evening, and another guest has bailed out. So that's 3 out of 4. But to be fair, popular astronomers, the very most important guest that I think I might have ever had is on this evening. Certainly our most special guest that we've had. Preempting. So please start sharing the video. This is the Society for Astronomers of all levels, no matter whether you don't even know which end, you don't know your aperture from your eyepiece, you don't know which end of a telescope to look down, or whether you're more advanced than Patrick Moore. Oh, I need to say that. More advanced than Moore, or you don't know your aperture from your eyepiece. This is the show to hopefully accelerate your astronomical knowledge and also have a little bit of fun. We have got the comments in. Let's have a look. Good evening, Vicky. 81-year-old Bob. Just a little bit younger than the universe. Very good. Bob, thank you. Thank you for joining us at such a beautiful, ripe old age. Evening, Vicky from the Wirral. It's Jed. Hello, Ray. Oh, no. I've not written your email back. Maybe this should just be a recurring theme every single week. I should tell you a little bit more about myself. My name is Vicky. My favourite colour is blue, and I live by the seaside. Ray, a couple of weeks ago now, sent me this really long, lovely email, and I've not answered it back. It's like a pen pal letter. So each little week, Ray, I'll drip feed you little bits of information about me. I really like hummus, and my favourite constellation is all of them. Oh, good morning, all in I. Hi, Vicky and everyone. You got the latest popular astronomy. Great. We're going to talk about the magazine in a little bit. Maybe it's arrived in our post room and I've just not gone to pick it up. Hello, everybody. Colin Pryor. Beautiful to see you. And Bob, the man with stars for his face, says hi. Great. Okay. Plug the mug, plug the mug, plug the mug, plug the... Guess what? I have got somewhere in the ether, if you can count the back of a DPD delivery van as the ether, several more plug the mugs winging their way to me. They'll have a tail on them like a comet. They're coming that quick. So I can show them off to you because this is like the basic model, and I've been told that I'm allowed 2 more mugs. So I've chose my 2 favorite ones. Go to the popastro.com shop for this and for other merchandise, which I'm surrounded by, but actually can't reach because I've hemmed myself in by the chair so much. Cosmo, where's he been this week? Oh, what do you mean you were under a lot of pressure? That's your first clue. Okay, please check also the Pop Astro. Not now. Don't do it now. Otherwise, you'll miss our beautiful show. But later on, when we have finished, your homework is to sift your way through the popastro.com website for latest up-to-date Sky News, contributions, space and astronomy news in general, and, of course, choosing a telescope. So tonight, it's a really special episode. We are going to be introducing very shortly Adam Morgan. Adam has been given his story is incredible. It's so wonderful. He's been given a second chance thanks to a new cystic fibrosis drug. Adam volunteers at the East Anglian Astrophysical Research Organisation. EAARO. It's like a car going past. EAARO. And he helped find meteorite fragments from the Winchcombe meteorite in the village of Woodmancote. It's just the story that keeps on giving. Oh, 6 comments. Gotta go through 6 comments now. 2 more. Plug the mugs on the way. Oh, thank you, Bob. Being a long-time member. Vicky, love the magazine and the show. That's so sweet. It's Ian Baker. He spelt my name right. Cool. 10 Astro points to you. Tim J. Crook. Evening, Vicky and everyone. Happy Thursday. Ray says, I can wait for the full letter. That's going to be... Oh, Jason's coming on. I get a little pop notification when a guest is coming on. So that's a full house, right? Now only half of the guests have bailed. We're back up to Jason. We've got Robin and Robin, maybe have you on last thing if that's all right. Hi Vicky, great to see the show. You are keeping me into knee replacement went just great. Don't put your knees up, Mother Brown. Just stuck in bed today. Heal quickly, my friend. If you are thinking of joining the SPA, do it now. The main subscription is going up in a couple of months to £25 a year. Join now and you can save a couple of quid a year up to 2 years. Oh, that's great. That's very, very good. Gwyneth. God, there's so many comments. Right. Hi, Vicky. Great to see the show. You're keeping it. Oh, I've read that one. Sorry. They are like microscopic on my screen. Madelinda and the lady with the pussycat eyes. Hi, Vicky. Back this week. You were away on an astronomy week holiday in Dorset. Lots of observing. Whoa. I mean, communing with space pals is incredible, but getting to do that whilst observing, that is like a twofer. It's a twofer. 2 for 1. So, yeah. Sadly, this week, in a huge plot twist, no Eleni or Sonia. They have actually sent a note. Wait, what's that? It says here, please excuse Eleni and Sonia. They have gone on a trip to Jupiter. They're not going to be back for the next 30 years. Well, wait a minute. This letter has got sloth prints all over it. I know who sent that letter. And also, we have another special guest. He's making his way into our late summer skies. The big fella is back. Have you seen him, though? More about him later. Okay, we're now going to go over to Adam and his amazing story. So if you're ready, Adam, coming to you in 3, 2, 1. Hey, Adam.
Hiya, Vicky. Nice to see you on here.
Oh, it's really nice that you've come, that you are joining us. Please tell us a little bit more about who you are, Adam, and we really want to know your story.
I'm Adam, and I've got cystic fibrosis, as Vicky mentioned earlier. And basically, I'd done a degree 15 years ago in business management, which, to be honest, was the wrong degree to do when I look back at it. But during my time then, my health started decreasing due to CF. Oh. And in the following years that went on from there, my health deteriorated, had 2 collapsed lungs. And I was in hospital basically every 6 to 8 weeks for 2 to 4 weeks at a time, which, as you can imagine, is stressful and, to be honest, quite boring when there's so much you want to be doing, especially when there's night skies I could be looking at.
Oh my gosh, that must have been awful for you. So how long ago was that then?
Well, I've had obviously all of my life anyway, because it's a genetic condition. About in October 2019, when they was talking about a double lung transplant, they got me onto a drug that wasn't available in the UK, but had just been given in the US. It's called Trikafta. You may have seen all the hoo-ha in the media about Orkambi, which was one before Trikafta. Well, I was given Kaftrio thanks to my doctor, Dr. Barker at Hatworth Hospital, who basically fought tooth and nail to get it for me.
Well done, Dr. Barker.
Definitely, she's done so much for us. She's got so many onto the drug before it was approved and changed so many of our lives. I mean, she should really be called out for everything she's done. She's been amazing.
Wow, get nominated for an MBE or something.
Yeah, definitely. But I started the drug, and within a week, my lungs had really cleared out. And by 2 weeks, my health had completely flipped to being healthier than when I started university the first time.
Yes, what a wonderful story. Wow, what on earth does this drug do that's so magical? What a great story.
Well, basically, the drug corrects the one single problem that causes cystic fibrosis in the first place. It doesn't correct the gene, but the underlying problem is sodium chloride channels, which causes all of the host of problems because sodium chloride can't go across the cells. And because of that, it causes basically eventually multi-organ failure. And it's corrected that one thing, and everything's fine now. I had diabetes, and now I don't have diabetes. It's like that. It's amazing what one drug can do.
Oh my gosh, that's one of the best modern medicine stories I've ever heard. So how do you feel now you've got your lease of life back?
Like I've actually got a future, basically. Before I was basically thinking I've got no future whatsoever. There's nothing more that could be done. They even were thinking I couldn't even have the transplant because my health was too bad.
Oh my God.
And even they can't describe how much of a change the whole drug has caused. It's beyond everyone's expectations. I even had like oxygen levels of 90%. Now they're up to 100. My weight was 40 kilo. I'm now 52 kilo.
Excellent.
My heart rate was in the hundreds, and now it's down to 60.
My God.
And yeah, and my lung function, which was 30%, which is lung transplant area, is now up to 60s. That is quite amazing.
Beautiful. So how do you feel when you get out of bed in the mornings now then?
I can actually wake up in the mornings, whereas before I was struggling to get up until even in the early afternoon. I've been basically, I did a electronics and engineering course, and I had to drop out because I couldn't manage the course. And then last year I took the Access to Science, and I was there up 7 o'clock every morning, no problem.
That is absolutely fantastic. So I'm really glad to hear that you are going to be ploughing your newfound zest for life into all things cosmic. Tell us about your involvement with EAARO.
Well, just over a year ago, I started up a Facebook page for science and astronomy, and basically Jason found it when he was searching, asked me to come and see EAARO because he could see I was obviously interested in this sort of thing. And when I went there, I basically became a volunteer to basically track meteorites. And well, recently, as you know, in the Winchcombe meteorite, an opportunity came. He asked if I wanted to join, and well, we went off and searched for the meteorite, which then Derek luckily found when we was looking in the field. It's just amazing actually to find it, really, after all of the effort that went into it. I mean,
so
to be honest,
tell us about were you there with him when he found it?
Yeah, they'd had another group go beforehand about a week or so before, and they found nothing. And then he asked me to go this time, and the first day we found nothing, and it was like, it's disappointing. Went to another field, and near the end of looking around that field, Derek happened upon it and was like, we can't have a look, we're not sure. And one of the other ones got his magnets out, tested it, and it was magnetic, which was like, oh, this is interesting. And then obviously all the analysis has happened since then. And yeah, it was a meteorite that we'd found, and it was exhilarating, especially after the amount of walking we'd done, sinking in mud as well at times.
Oh my gosh, I bet you were. So what was it like the moment of figuring it was the meteorite? I can't imagine the whoosh it must have felt like.
It's hard to describe. It's just amazing, to be honest. It's like, yes, we finally found one. And yeah, as soon as we got the results, it was like, yes. Just because I mean, it could have gone the other way. It could have just been just like a piece of coal almost that just happened to be slightly magnetic, but obviously it wasn't. And here we are.
And here you are. Very good. So what's happened to the meteorite? Excuse me, I'm just Fiddling with my window. What's happened to the meteorite now then? And did you get to keep a piece?
I haven't at the moment. We're still doing some more analysis on the meteorite, and we're putting together some resource packs for schools. I'm going to be working with someone in Sheffield to create about 100 slides so that we can allow school kids and that to see meteorites through a microscope.
Ooh. So tell it. Sorry.
No, it's going to be quite a fun project, to be honest.
Oh, that's so exciting to be able to bring the outreach from the meteorite. It's such an invigorated area. I love the enthusiasm because I've spoke to your bunch multiple times now on the show, and it's just such a wonderful story. So talk a little bit more to us about your continuation of your studies then.
Well, as it says there, this is my second chance. Well, last year I took up the Access to Science, worked my butt off and lacked sleep for the whole year, ending up with, distinctions in every single module.
Oh, excellent.
Ooh. Especially over the last year we've had, where it's basically been lockdown after lockdown. In fact, I'd say, to be honest, my whole class did actually amazing on this course. They all deserve congratulations on that. We all really worked hard, and it's actually a really nice class as well. And so from there, I've applied to Leicester University, which they've given me an unconditional offer.
Right.
Unfortunately, student finance basically refused me any finance for the course because I'd done a degree before. And it seems they've changed the whole, what they give second degrees for now. STEM used to be one, so I could have had it, but they've changed it since.
Oh, that's a shame.
Which is why I've now set up the GoFundMe page and looking for pretty much every single grant I can find to pay for it.
Okay, so I mean, we've never done a charity appeal on Pop Astro Live before, but I'm sure that the popular astronomers would not mind helping you out on your absolutely amazing second chance and your valiant cause. So how do we, for anyone who's not done GoFundMe, it's a really easy way to chip in and contribute, and any donation, no matter how big or small, would be completely appreciated by Adam, who has had his life given back to him by this incredible drug and now wants to go and raise the awareness of the cosmos, right?
Definitely. Basically, I'm going to be taking natural sciences if I can get the funding, which I'm going to go for natural sciences. I chose that because it gives me more options to go into astrobiophysics and hopefully take it to PhD.
Oh, that would be amazing. Wow. Well, hopefully in a couple of years, we'll be calling you Dr. Adam.
Oh, that would be amazing.
And there's a little salute off Cosmo as well.
Hello, Cosmo.
Have you met Cosmo before? He's very excited to see you.
Very excited to see Cosmo as well.
He's getting a bit of a fan club, to be honest. Okay, so we're going to get Jason on now, simultaneously with you. Are you ready, Jason? 3, 2, 1.
I'm ready.
Hi, Jason.
Hello, Jason. Jason,
Hey.
you're in Washington, aren't you?
I certainly am. I'm in Washington, D.C. It's 3 o'clock here in the afternoon. My daughter's just about to go out for a walk.
Oh, yeah. So how are you getting on with your new life in America? Because you've only been there, what, about a month, maybe?
A month, yeah. Yeah, I'm missing my team at EAARO. We had, last week, we had a meteor observation for the Perseids. So we had the whole team together at our Space Operations Centre in Alconbury. It went really well. Adam has now taken over as our main broadcaster. So you're going to see Adam running his own, running the EAARO YouTube channel very shortly. So that was all quite exciting. What else can I tell you, Vicky? I know. So as of about a month's time, we start a brand new project at EAARO. And I'm hoping, Vicky, you're going to follow this.
Okay.
So this is all based around our meteoritical work or our meteorite studies. Adam's going to be very much involved in this project. We have a very interesting novel idea for a way to collect what are called micrometeorites. So So micrometeorites are what we currently study using radio techniques at Alconbury. So we transmit lots of radio energy up into the sky, meteors come down through the atmosphere, and then we pick up their reflections on sensitive receivers. Adam's been working on a lot of these observations over the last sort of 18 months. Most meteors that you see coming through the Earth's atmosphere, a lot of them are only about the size of a grain of sand. It's just the fact that they're traveling so fast through the as they enter the atmosphere that they actually superheat the air behind them, and you see these beautiful trails of shooting stars where the air is really superheated into plasma for just a few seconds, sometimes quicker than that. So we spend a lot of time listening to these, but wouldn't it be great if we could actually go and collect some?
Oh, yes, please.
So basically, we're going to design a micrometeorite grabber. And Derek's been, Derek, who was on the show before, who found the meteorite, Derek's been helping with the design. We've got scientists involved at University of Loughborough, University of Sheffield, Carnegie Institute here in Washington, DC, to design basically what is a sticky surface. We're going to put that in a cage and we're going to send it up on a weather balloon about 35 kilometers into space. And we're going to see if we can collect some micrometeorite dust and bring it back to Earth. The launch date is set for next summer, so August 2022. And we're working in partnership with a company called Astro, who are a company that, when they're not launching balloons, are responsible for fueling satellites. So it's a really, really quite exciting kind of joint partnership between us and them. There's going to be a lot of media presence, a lot of kind of social media, and getting schools and colleges involved in helping us with the design of our micrometeorite grabber, and inviting people along to the balloon launch, etc. It's really quite a novel idea, and it's another one of these out of the box or outside of the box ideas that we get really excited about at EAARO.
Yes, that's definitely my forte area. That's amazing. How do you feel about that, Adam? What are you going to be doing with it?
Well, at the moment, this is basically Derek and Jason's baby, the balloon part of it. But I'll be giving them any help they need, obviously, on this. And on the YouTube channel, be giving everybody updates with what's going on, where we can, when we know what's happening. Obviously doing the observation nights along with the YouTube channel. Whatever Jason needs me to do within EAARO, whether it's on the channel, whether it's behind the scenes with helping get this all going, I'll be there. He just has to tell me what he needs and I'll do it.
Oh, that must be nice.
I have to say, we are so excited to have Adam on the team. Adam is just another reason why I founded EAARO. I started EAARO in the first place, to give people opportunities. And we've been really honoured that we were able to give Adam some opportunities.
Great stuff. Well, yeah, carry on, sorry.
It's definitely been a great opportunity. I'm glad Jason actually looked up the Facebook page, actually, because that's how it all started. And we got to know each other, of course, doing that. And actually, I'd say Jason's become a good friend since doing this as well, not just with EAARO, but just generally. It's good to get involved with everything. Good to actually have a much bigger role in it all now, so that I can actually start putting my knowledge to use rather than just doing all the theory.
I think I was just going to say this is the best thing about astronomy is the way it fuses together people with this similar amazing drive in them to explore the universe, and there's like a buzz that I don't seem to get from many other things.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think, that's the pull. EAARO's just got this one objective, Vicky, and that's to inspire and educate people in science and technology through some really exciting, meaningful space research projects. And the meaningful bit, I guess the meaningful bit is the most important thing there, because we're not just doing, science experiments like everybody else. We're designing and building our own experiments that will have some meaningful results and we can share with the rest of the scientific community using volunteers. Our volunteer team is growing. We're up to 28 volunteers now. It's really quite exciting.
Even one from my course, actually, Zoe Wheelwright, she's actually joined the team as well. When I asked if she wanted to join after talking to Jason, on an observation note, and she was really excited. She actually became a volunteer. She loves it as well, which just shows how much EAARO has become. Everyone's getting to know it. Lots of people want to help, and when they do, they love it. Because why wouldn't you? I mean, it's a whole different area, isn't it? I mean, we can obviously look through telescopes, look at the sky. The radio side gives us a whole nother viewing platform.
Oh, brilliant.
Everyone cheers.
Well, it's nice that you've got this evolving project, because we can have you on every couple of months just to give us updates about where you all are with it. So that'd be good, wouldn't it? Jason likes that.
Yeah, we'd love to. Yeah, we love coming on your show. It's great. Thank you for being such a great advocate for EAARO. It's very kind of you, Vicky. Really kind of you.
Oh, that's all right.
And thanks, Jim Roberts, for the great messages. You know, we really do run on we really do run on passion and enthusiasm. That really is what EAARO is all about. You know, and if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be an organisation.
Right. Okay, great.
One thing I must say for Jason, he's definitely got a lot of passion for this. You can tell just by what he does and the way he talks all the time.
He's got a smile bigger than Cosmo.
I love EAARO. It's been just amazing to see something that, well, Vicky, that you know was really just an idea, 10 years ago, just come to life. And we've never really had any kind of like major funding or public funding. I mean, just think what we could do with money. We've come this far. We now have 3, radio astronomy facilities. We're one in the Orkney Island. We have our Space Operations Centre at Alconbury. We have another radio observatory at Royston. We're just about to bring some more sites online. We've got a growing team of volunteers, some great advocates, right through the whole cross-section of the space and academic industries. And we just continue to get more partners and create more enthusiasm. So really, really is exciting times for EAARO. And it's great to have you on board, Vicky,
Hey.
Right.
So, Jason, then just before you both disappear, are you putting on weight being in America yet?
Yes.
Because the food is...
I can't lie.
The food is so good and in such vast portions. Yes. I mean, it's amazing food, isn't it?
It really, really is. It really is. Yeah, my favourite, I guess my favourite eatery would have to be IHOP. I don't know if you've heard of IHOP.
Not
It
yet.
stands for the International House of Pancakes.
It's
now. Very, very popular in America for breakfast. So generally on a Saturday morning, we go to IHOP and have a nice big stack of pancakes with syrup and bacon and eggs. Very nice.
Oh, what was the thing that I used to have when they have like this fried chicken on a waffle kind of breakfast?
Yes. Yeah.
And it's like obscene, it's like a whole chicken on a waffle with syrup all over it.
Incredible, isn't it? It's incredible. I mean, you can have, in America, you can have whatever you like for breakfast. I think at IHOP they do like a steak breakfast. You can have a hamburger breakfast. Everything goes, doesn't it? And it's huge, as you say. The portions are. I've got to be really careful. I've just started back at the gym. I've got a bicycle here, so I can go and cycle around. So hopefully that'll keep the weight off a little bit.
Good. Well, hopefully we as the months go by, we won't see you altering in shape too much. Okay, it's been a pleasure to see you both, gentlemen. Adam, beautiful story. Please go to Adam's Just Giving page and help with this wonderful story. See you both later, gentlemen.
Yeah, and can I just add? So can I say, if anyone, I've got the Facebook group. If anyone wanted to join that as well, and obviously Pop Astro can join and post stuff on there as well, of course.
What's the Facebook group? And I'll put the link in.
It's the Histon Impington Astronomy and Science group. HiCAS, I shortened it to.
HiCAS.
It's basically I think I sent you a link actually separately.
I did check it out, but I can't think where the link is at the minute. And what is it? What's it? Sorry, tell it again.
Wrong one. It's the Histon Impington Astronomy and Science group. I'm just going to post you the link.
Let's have a look. Yeah, send it. Oh wow. It's not coming up on my Facebook. It's in the private chat.
Just sent it in the private
there it
chat
is.
for you.
Okay.
if you want to just read the stories that I post on there, that's fine. If you want to put any of your own astronomy stories, images, anything, it's all welcome. It gets everyone talking to each other and being all sciencey, which is what we want. Which is actually basically what EAARO is about as well.
Great. Okay. Astro Derek just says, "Yay, Adam."
Yay, Adam.
Yay.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Yay.
Rick
Yay,
says,
EAARO. Yay, pop Astro.
Rick says, "Well done, Adam. Jason and I will be in the Washington area from early next year. Any tips on viewing locations?"
Absolutely. Email me, Rick. jason@eaaro.org.uk.
Woo, there we go. Everybody, we're going to go. See you soon.
Yeah, thanks, Vicky.
Bye, Jason.
Thanks everyone for your, thanks everyone for your comments. Bye.
Oh, that's lovely. Bye, 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 bye. Oh, hang on. Let's get rid of him. Bye. That was so good, wasn't it? How lovely, how inspiring. And I love the fact that Jason, he smiles wider than Cosmo. Great. Okay. So let's have some water because all this gassing gives me a little dry throat. When you get thirsty, that thing at the back of your throat, what's it called? Uvula? I always think it feels like there's a little man at the back of your throat dabbing it with a towel, and that's your trigger to drink that little dry patch. Oh, I've splashed my glasses. Okay, the show is moving on. We are down an Eleni and Sonia, but up a Robin. Don't you dare install my updates. Don't you dare. I remember for the Macclesfield Astronomical Society Christmas Alan Chapman lecture. If you've not seen Alan Chapman in action, he's the very definition of an analog astronomer. He's still got a pocket watch, and I doubt very much that he's plugged into the matrix like I am. And he was doing his slideshow. Obviously, the team, the Mac Astro crew, were doing his slideshow for him on this. It was a huge auditorium, and with his presentation projected onto this wall, onto this giant, massive screen, and the bloody update started to install instead of his PowerPoint. What a nightmare for such an esteemed astronomer to have his show rudely interrupted by automatic updates. Like everyone looking, waiting for his beautiful images, and it is like a progress bar of the install. I shouldn't laugh. It was a very serious, grave issue, and it ruined Christmas for everybody. 8 comments. Wow. Oh, is my video frozen? Liam, the kids are on the internet. Bear with me. They'll all go back home in a couple of weeks, and the internet will be back strong. I've frozen. Oh. My internet is freezing. Sound all right? Let me try switching on to Wi-Fi. I can't see how that's going to work. I know. Ah! Right. Am I better? I was telling you a bloody good anecdote then. I'm sorry, I just swore, mildly swear. Am I better? Is this any better? I've switched it over. Probably not, actually. It's probably even worse. Okay, so I'll just get Robin on. Save my embarrassment. Hi, Robin.
Hi. What you got there?
Sorry, I've been freezing, but
yeah, I don't know if everyone can see me. I mean, I can see me working well. Oh, you've suddenly appeared. Yeah, that's good.
Great. Hi, Robin.
Hi there.
Well, you know, grain of sand after grain. How much does the Earth get heavier after 24 hours with the meteorite dust falling? I wonder, Robin.
Well, I can tell you that if you're good at division, the Earth actually gains about 80,000 tons a year due to things falling on it, and that sounds in a huge amount, doesn't it? You think, wow, you'd be looking at the sky all the time, thinking, when's the next one going to appear? 80,000 tons of material, but you divide that through 365 days, I don't know what that is, and then you divide that by the entire Earth's surface, and in fact, it's almost nothing. And a lot of that is tiny fragments, as we've heard, just tiny grains of sand, which descend through the atmosphere very, very finely. They're actually called, what was it? The particular name for them, little particles of material. They can actually be picked up. And I know people have tried to do this. I did this as a kid. I thought, right,
Robin,
they're likely to be magnetic.
Robin, sorry to interrupt. There's I've got terrible vision, but great sound, and everybody's saying your sound is very quiet. In fact, I've just had to turn you up. Have you got? Yeah.
Shall I talk closer to the microphone? How about that?
That's the one. I mean, I've got a massive voice that doesn't even need a microphone.
Yeah.
That's best. Thanks, Robin. Talk again about how the Earth puts on 80,000 tons.
80,000 tons. Well, a lot of it is just very fine, very fine grains of material. And rather than you think tons of material, that's going to come down in chunks. But no, it doesn't. It comes down, a lot of it is very fine grains. And so it descends slowly through the atmosphere and just piles up as dust. And as I remember as a kid, I thought I might try and collect some of this. And people have done this. They've just used a sort of plain surface and seen what gathers on the surface. Now, of course, most of it is just soot and dust and stuff that's floating around in the atmosphere anyway from man-made activities. So it is not necessarily meteoritic dust, but some of it actually does accumulate. And the amount that we gather through actual chunks of material, most of it falls in the ocean, so you don't need to worry about watching the sky all the time and thinking what's going to happen. Is something going to drop on me? In fact, there's an amazing statistic that nobody has ever yet been killed, to our knowledge, by something dropping from the sky. A few cars have been damaged, a few houses have had things happen to them, roof broken, but the only casualty that we know of was in 1910, when the dog apparently was killed in Egypt by a meteorite called the Nakla meteorite. And that's the only recorded fatality. And we should all be sorry for that poor old dog, who's become famous as being the only living being to be actually killed by a meteorite. Now, of course, the other strange statistic is that you're far more likely, the statistic is that the chance of a meteorite strike killing people is so rare, but if it does happen, it will kill so many people that the statistics just go haywire, and the chance of being killed by a meteorite is elevated by the huge number of people that would be killed. I mean, remember that just wiped out the dinosaurs. There is no known object that is going to hit the Earth in the foreseeable future, in the next 10 or 20 years. It's always possible that something may come and hit us from some remote part of the solar system and appear very quickly, and it may hit the Earth. But most of the things that we have observed hitting are just so small that they don't really do any damage at all. So no need to worry about things hitting us from, and certainly not meteor showers. Perseids is still on, but I don't think any of the Perseids ever hit the ground, so they just burn up in the atmosphere.
Oh, thank you. So, wow. Okay, yeah. What are the odds, I wonder? So you're not a danger from a little one, but we're all at tremendous risk from a big one.
Yes. So statistically, the chance of being killed by a meteorite is quite high, only because when it does hit, it'll kill millions. But don't lose any sleep over it. Hasn't happened yet. At least not for 65 million years.
Very good, Robin. Very good. Now then, how's your weather been for observing, Robin? Have you been out in the small hours and seen a certain something coming up over the horizon, like a man clambering over a wall?
Well, the last time I was out was a week ago, when, of course, we had the Perseids, and actually I was facing away from the direction of Orion. It was a group of people from the West of London Astronomical Society, and we met in a field the other side of High Wycombe, and it was really quite a good sky. And I was facing over to the south, and so I didn't see Orion rising, but people were saying, "Oh, look over there, you can see Orion rising." They were all facing in the other direction. So I've almost seen it rising. I was present when people were observing it rising, but that's the best I can manage. And that was about 1 or half past in the morning. So it is coming up, and I think I saw Aldebaran preceding it. And of course, Perseus itself is a good as a herald for Orion. It's a bit lower in the sky. Orion's a bit lower in the sky, but you can see there on the picture you just put on, Orion is. I think that was taken by Paul Sutherland. I forget what time it was taken. Do you know what time it was taken, Vicky?
Yes, he has written a very helpful blurb here, which I'll read out. Otherwise, he'll get very irate. I don't know how my internet is. Am I still freezing? Hopefully not. Okay,
well,
so
we can hear you. So that's
fine.
It's like one of those things they have on TV where you usually they're a correspondent still picture and you can hear them chatting away. So carry on broadcasting.
Am I totally frozen?
Yes, you look very pensive at the moment on my screen.
Oh, I wonder. Well, I don't know. Right. Well, I'm still here. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
Yeah, you've suddenly started to move.
Oh, good. Okay. In case it is helpful. Oh, yeah. Here is a photo I took from Walmer, East Kent, that shows the winter constellations are returning to the morning skies. Tell me about it, Paul. I've got my leg warmers on today. You can see Gemini and Orion rising above the eastern horizon, which is the English Channel, in the pre-dawn twilight. A Perseid meteor can be seen falling past Orion. There we go. That's pretty cool, Paul. A beautiful picture.
It looks as if it was taken in the pre-dawn sky because you've got a certain amount of sky glow, not just blue sky, but also it looks as if the dawn is rising there. So Orion is coming along, and it will be with us in the not too distant future in the earlier in the evening sky, and not until probably about November or December will we start to see it in our evening skies. I haven't got the figures in front of me, but Paul's got a wonderful horizon there looking east at, I like to call it Warmington on Sea, but it's actually warmer. And but he's got no trouble with Dad's army there. You can see those blobs of light in the distance. Those are actually, a lot of them are ships at sea, and he's looking towards the English Channel, as you see there. And one of the great things about this picture is there's a street light in that picture. It's taken from the first floor of his flat in Walmer in Walmer, and that street light, you can see that the cutoff is great. So although he's photographing straight towards the street light, it's not affecting that view of the sky at all. Isn't that great? If only all street lights were like that, and if you can just get above the cutoff point, you can actually get a good sky. We've got Orion.
Well, I was just going to say, on our little coastal road here on the way round to the place where I live, and it's the LED light, you can only see them when you're almost under them. They're really very well shielded. So kudos to the certain new types of LED street light. They're really good for shielding.
And of course, they do tend to make the sky look a bit bluish, which for photography is quite an advantage. I think the blue in Paul's photograph there is caused by actual ordinary atmospheric scattering. It's not due to the street lights. But the old street lights that turn the sky a sort of sickly brown colour.
Sickly brown, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, they weren't much fun.
Bilious.
With absolutely, but with the LED lights which are coming in, you get a much bluer sky, and there's a way to overcome that, and that is to set the white balance to auto, and quite often it will overcome the effects of street lighting, and you will get just a grey coloured sky. So if you're taking photographs, don't worry about it too much. Paul says he never gets irate. That's not quite true, but
Mr. Numbers.
We've got a lovely calculation for Mr. Numbers. Isn't that great? 80,000 tonnes a year is 0.5 grams per square kilometre per day. So a square kilometre is pretty large area, and 0.5 grams is tiny. So that's a great calculation. Thanks for that. So that's why we don't get hit by things all the time.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Now, I can't remember who it was I saw digging around for micrometeorites in their gutter, and they got a really good haul of it. Where did I see that recently? It was lovely anyway, and they got some fantastic little ones under one of those USB microscopes, and they look like definitely the real deal. You look for the spherical ones, don't you?
Yeah, that's possible. What I don't know is how you distinguish between those and the sort of atmospheric pollution that we get all the time. There must be a a way of distinguishing it. I remember the name that I was searching for in my adult brain, and that is Brownlee particles, named after, I think it was Donald Brownlee. He named them, he's still around, I think he named them about the 1960s, and they're curious little things. He found them in the upper atmosphere, and they're clearly not terrestrial in origin, and they are sort of little clumps of material that are descended from the upper atmosphere, and they're called Brownlee particles. So if you see a picture of a Brownlee particle, that's it. It's come from from outer space, and it's a bit of comet dust or a bit of material from the early solar system. That's the great thing about these meteors that we see. Those, when you see a streak of light in the sky, it's arrived from the early solar system. It's been orbiting the sun for billions of years, and suddenly it plunges to its death and creates a streak of light for your eyes to appreciate. While I was observing the Perseids, I was using my video camera, and there's a video online which I put on the Pop Astro website of just a couple of meteors that I observed. I've got plenty more, but I tried slowing down one of the meteors. It's very interesting because you know how you get a train after the meteor. What's interesting, if you slow down the meteor, if you analyze it frame by frame, is you get the bright streak of light just coming through the atmosphere, and then behind that is a green glow of just the same color. It's the ionized air, just the same color as the aurora, the same as the aurora, ionized air behind the meteor, and you see it's all over in a fraction of a second, 1 or 2 seconds. And so what you see as a meteor is actually the bright glowing particle ionizing the air around it. And on the slowed down video, you can see this green train following in the it doesn't move. It actually stays in the same position as the body came down, and that's very obvious in the slowed down images taken frame by frame in the video camera. And it's interesting to see that it's green. I have heard of you remember the famous story that Heather Cooper used to tell of how when she was about 4 she saw a green meteor in the sky and went in and told her daddy, and he said no such thing as green meteors. But in fact, most meteors do actually show green. The thing is that our eyes they're not so bright that we can't pick up that green color with our eyes, but video cameras are much more sensitive to color, and they actually do pick up the green. And I think in the case of the one that Heather saw, it was the actual body itself which had some chemical composition that did glow green when it was burning off.
Wow, the comments are fantastic this evening. Some of the best comment threads that we've had. Check this out from Adam, who we just had on as our previous guest. If you use an N52 neodymium magnet, if there's any magnetism in the sample, the magnet will pick it up. Wow, I didn't even know there were different types of magnet.
No, I didn't. But I think it's it's one of those that isn't made of iron. It's made of that neodymium material, which can be magnetized. So maybe that is the thing to use for such an effort. I don't know how common those magnets are. You can get all sorts of magnets that are not clearly not made of iron, and maybe that's the sort of thing that they are. I'd like to get more information on that. Cosmo
is going to use the type of magnet that they used in Breaking Bad to magnetize. They had it on a car picker up at the scrapyard and switched it on. Don't do that, Cosmo. We'll all get in a lot of trouble. Right, Robin, you are a love. Thank you so much for coming on and being the body double for both Sonia and Eleni this evening.
Right. Well, yeah, I've been looking around. There's not much news to tell you anyway at the moment, but we have had some. There was a bit on TV the other day about a new survey of galaxies made by a radio telescope called LOFAR. And that's what we would have talked about. I'm sure Eleni would have talked about that if she'd been able to. Some very high resolution pictures of the galaxies, external galaxies, taken by this radio telescope. She's spread across Europe. It's extraordinary. And I've been looking at the pictures of the actual elements of the radio telescope. They just look like poles stuck in the ground with a few wires coming out. Nothing very complicated at all. It's a wonderful story. I'm sure we'll cover that in the future. It's a great story about a budget radio telescope that's taking very high resolution pictures of galaxies. Super pictures.
Yes, and a word of warning, be so careful going trawling through your gutters with magnets, because that is it's an accident waiting to happen. So send Cosmo up instead. He's a bit more lightweight.
Right,
Robin,
Vicky,
thank you so much.
Have you got a minute or two? I've got a question or two for you.
Me? No one ever asked
Yes,
me
for you.
questions. I don't know.
Well, you know how you put people on the spot. I'm going to put you on the spot this time. You know how you pay crater and potato and all that sort of thing. I've got one for you. This is plant or planet. Plant or planet. So
right,
I'm going to
okay.
read the name, and you've got to tell me whether it's a type of plant or a minor planet. And the first one is Abeosamu, Abeosamu, Abeosamu. Is that a type of plant or is it a minor planet?
Well, it doesn't really sound particularly Latinate, which a lot of plant names do. So I'm going to say planet.
You're right. It's a 2.7 kilometer planet, minor planet number 13624. Right, here's another one. Armeria, Armeria. What's Armeria?
I know that Paul Sutherland will be getting irate because he didn't think a plant or planet. Armeria sounds, well, I've not heard of it and I'm all right with my plant. So I'm going to say planet.
Well, I expect there's some near you where you are, because that's the species of sea thrift, and you've probably got it around Anglesey. So that's a plant actually. And the last one it sounds like a familiar name, Aura, Aura. Is that a kind of plant or is it a minor planet?
Robin, I think you're throwing me a curveball, and I think it's both.
Not as far as I know. I checked, and I mean there is such a thing as an aura, Aura, which is a sort of glow around something. But actually, it is a minor planet. It's a 25 kilometer minor planet, number 1488. As far as I can tell, it's not a kind of plant. So there you go.
Oh, one out of three.
There's quite a few more of those come down the line, which you can maybe use on other people. Plant or planet? That's a new one.
Or you could have pants or planet. There's a lot of wordplay there. Paul Sutherland, get cracking. In fact, it's been ages since we've had crater or potato. I forgot all about that feature. The transient features of Vicky's mind that she forgets to do. Robin, I was thinking about moving the show to Tuesdays because right now in my local pub, it's my only bit of social contact I get with people. It's my pub quiz is resurrected. And I'm thinking it's been okayed with Eleni and it's been okayed with Sonia. Cosmo's all right with it. I think the show might be moving to Tuesdays.
Right. Okay. Well, that's fine. I think with most people, let's give it a whirl, see what happens.
I'm not sure when it's going to be. I'm still not 100% on it. I need to find out a little bit more about the pub quiz, basically.
Yeah, well, they'll probably say, "Oh, we're clashing with Vicky's show. We'll move it to a Tuesday."
There are quite a few Thursday night clashes with other more weighty astronomical broadcasts.
Yeah, I know. We unfortunately they suddenly pop up, and we can always move around to suit, because we are probably a bit more flexible because we're free. We don't charge people for coming in, so that's a very a plus from the point of view of what we can do, and we're flexible as well. We can move around.
We are free and flexible, and that's because I've done yoga 3 times this week. Robin, I'll see you soon. Thank you for your help so much. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. He's such a love, and we probably should have mentioned that he needed help editing the Pop Astro magazine, please. What does that say? The clever bit of loaf art are the correlators, very high complexity and expense. Right, don't even know what one of them is. So, okay. How frozen am I? How frozen am I? Wow, that's a good question. Does the extra weight affect the rotation? Is that why we're slowing down 1 second every however long it is? Right. Still frozen. It's not even really worth me carrying on, is it? It's really annoying. Totally frozen. How long have I been frozen for? Do you know what? I'm going to jib the show because do you know what I'm going to do? Actually, I'm going to play my Earth's Crust song. Totally frozen, man. very frozen at the moment. That's so weird. It's because all the kids are on the internet. What's that say? Can hear you fine. Right. Okay. It's a podcast. It's a podcast with a pretty thumbnail image. I'm going to play you one of my songs from a couple of months ago about the Earth's crust. That shouldn't be frozen because it's kind of loaded into the system. And Cosmo had an Earth's crust question for you. Are you ready? Oh, it turns out I'm older than I look. It's time to rewrite the geology books to calculate the age of my continents. They dated the minerals from my crust. Hi, I'm a geologist and I love dating minerals. I'm going steady with strontium now. They've got a new technique of dating isotopes in the sea. And they found out my real age. Please add a few zeros to my birthday card.
The Earth's crust is 500 million years older than originally thought.
I've had continents drifting on my face and visible from space for 3.7 billion years. So backdate 500 million birthday beers. I obviously use an excellent exfoliant. I'm sad that I'm still frozen. Honestly, the battles we've been through with this internet, popular astronomers. What 6 comments? I'm a slideshow. Thank you. That's the nicest thing anyone ever said to me. The Earth is no longer slowing down. It's speeding up. Is it? Is it? We're all going to fly off like a spinning top. We're heading for a negative leap second if the speed ups continue. What? That's the first I've heard about it. That's pretty amazing. Gravity across the Earth is also not equal. Terms and conditions apply. Listen, popular astronomers, it's 9 o'clock. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've been using too much Botox. Look at those frown lines. No Botox there, popular astronomers. Oh, you can't see me. I've got big frown lines. Right, I'm going to go, kids. I'm going to go. Cosmo can do his turn next week. Robin, thank you so much. Jason and Adam, thank you so much for contributing to the show. Me and Cosmo are going to go off for a little cuddle now. What's that? You don't want to get my contouring makeup all over your face? Fine, I'll remove it first before I give you a snuggle, Cosmo. It leaves brown stains on the pillows. I'll see you a bit like a sodium street light, this makeup. I'll see you all later, popular astronomers. Bye. Next week, hopefully, we'll have better internet. What's that, Cosmo? Yes, see you all soon. Good night. Bye. Oh, Robin, I'll put you back on because I can see you sat there. Thank you so much, Robin.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Let's just say the closing comments. Hi, Vicky. I look forward to you talking to you again. Welcome back on anytime, Adam. Gwyneth says bye. Jason says thanks. Ian, thank you for persevering. I know you've been with me right from the start. Thank you. You've sat through some truly dreadful pixelation. Okay, loves. Oh, thank you. Your comments really do keep us coming back. It's wonderful. And Robin, thanks for letting me do the show.
Okay. Cheers.
All right, bye. Bye, David Digan. Goodbye, everyone. We've not heard from Jerry Stone for ages. We'll have to check he's all right. Bye.